Hey YouTube, welcome to the most amazing top 5, where I break down the world into brilliant top 5 lists. My name is Michael McCrudden. Sit back, subscribe, and let me entertain you. First off, I want to hear from you guys. If you had to get stuck on a volcano, or near a tornado, or in an earthquake, which one would you pick? I don't know, I can't decide. Let me know your thoughts down below. Okay, let's jump into our list. Top 5 people who survived the unthinkable. First up in the number 5 spot, we have the 47-day raft ride that landed the guy in a place like hell. Louie Zamperini had a lifelong history of turning crap into gold. He went from a juvenile criminal to that of an Olympic athlete. He discovered his talents, well, you know, running from the cops. In 1943, during World War II, he was a pilot. During a search and rescue mission, his plane crashed into a Japanese-controlled region of the ocean. There, him and 2 others were left on a raft. With little to no food, the 3 men, they stayed on that raft for 47 days. They were constantly under the threat of sharks. At some point, sharks would jump into the raft trying to get a bite. Also, Japanese fighters, they would shoot at them, a total of 6 times. On the 33rd day, one of the guys on the raft, he passed away. And they didn't eat him. They gave him a sea burial. Very nice. On the 47th day, the 2 survivors finally found land. But that got them into a Japanese prisoner of war camp, where they were held for 2.5 years. Not only did this guy survive all, he later went on to forgive his captors. And those sharks. They're gonna need us to get you back in the water, stupid shark. They should have eaten it. Moving on to the number 4 spot, we have Aron Ralston, whose story you might know from the film 127 Hours. In May of 2003, while Aron was on a canyoneering trip in Blue John Canyon, a boulder fell and pinned his right forearm, crushing it. After trying for 5 days to lift or break the boulder, desperation took him to great measurements like carving his name, date of birth, and date of death into the boulder. He even drank his own urine because there was a lack of water, and he videotaped a goodbye message for his family and friends. Finally, a dehydrated and delirious Aron decided to break his arm and snap the radius and the ulna bone. Using a dull blade on his multi-use tool, he then began to cut at the soft tissue around the break. And following that, he used some pliers to tear at the tougher tendons. Yeah, I know. Can you imagine this guy drank his own pee? Ugh! Moving on to the number 3 spot, we have Truman Duncan, who was cut in half by a train. Yeah, he survived. These people all survived. Whoa. This railroad switchman fell off the front of a moving train car. He was swept underneath and cut in 2. Despite losing both legs and a kidney, Duncan called the paramedics on his cell phone and survived a 45-minute wait. The man not only survived the event, he then survived 23 surgeries and he's alive today. How the hell did this guy get to his cell phone? Like, did he have a pocket up top? Did he crawl to his legs? Oh, that would weird me out. In the number 2 spot, we have a guy who's really popular on the internet. I'm talking about the guy with half a head. This reminds me of an old Simpson joke from Principal Skinner. Mother covered her side of the television again. I rented man with half a face. I didn't even know he had a problem. Ah, that's irrelevant. Let's talk about Carlos Happy Rodriguez. Now, this mugshot photo has been circulating the web for some time, with the majority of people thinking it's fake. The story goes that he got into a car accident while cruising in a stolen car around Miami. He flew through the windscreen and landed on his head. Not only did he lose a large portion of his skull, he also lost a large portion of his brain. In a YouTube video, he warns others, that is why it's not good drinking and driving or drugs and driving. It's not good, kids. Finally, in the number 1 spot, we have Roy Sullivan, who has been struck by lightning 7 times. Roy, a retired Virginia forest ranger, has landed himself in the Guinness World Record book for getting hit 7 times throughout his 36-year career. In 1942, the first lightning strike shot through Sullivan's leg and knocked his big toenail off. In 1969, a second strike burned off his eyebrows and knocked him unconscious. In 1970, another strike left his shoulder scarred. 72, his hair was set on fire, and Roy had to dump a bucket of water over his head to cool it off. In 73, another bolt ripped through his hat and put him on fire once again. In 76, the 6th strike left him with an injured ankle. And finally, on June 25, 1977, Roy Sullivan was sent to the hospital with chest and stomach burns after, getting hit by lightning. After this one, well, he finally decided, I think I'm better suited to work indoors. Okay guys, that's all I got for you today. My name is Michael McCrudden. Be sure to subscribe to the most amazing top 5 because we are pumping out these lists every day of the week. Except for Sunday, a dude needs to take a break once in a while. Also guys, let me know, tornado, earthquake, volcano? Which situation do you think you could survive? Let me know why down below. My name is Michael McCrudden. See you guys in the next video.